Hello everyone and welcome back to Rebel Brick. Today we're going to try and get this comic done here because we need to get another comic done for our space theme. So our idea today is one I've thought about before, kind of forgotten about it, but now I'm back on track. I'm thinking about it. I don't know how I'm going to do it. This forklift does not have as high of a mass, but I was thinking of using the forklift to take the engine, because these engines from this build, this is that last build that they did for the big galactic or Galaxy Explorer. I'm trying to remember the name correctly. This can actually come off. These engines were meant to come off, and then in the pictures they show flipping the engine over, and we have these pieces right here, and then these would actually be controls for the engine to fly around. So because this engine does come off, I was thinking if we look at this in a maintenance perspective, they have to take the engine off, and we'll take it off with the forklift or so. I may have to finagle a couple things here to try and get this to look correctly. I'm hoping I have the parts handy. I think I do. But if I have the parts handy, and I'm grabbing a couple spare parts here, I think I have a ramp, or a couple ramp pieces. So we do have some ramp pieces here, and I got a second one there. Trying to keep it in view a little bit better for you. Things I should have had up before. I wasn't thinking about it. Okay, so we have a couple ramp pieces, and this, I will set this back on here. So it looks good. So we're gonna get our guy, and I'm gonna pull this out of the way so it's out of the picture. And we have a young lady here, and she's kind of doing maintenance on her vehicle. Get my phone so I can take my pictures. So what we'll do is we'll have our guy here. I don't have a name for him, but we'll put him over here so we can get the young lady in the background, because she's working on her stuff, and you're seeing the camera here and trying to get a good angle. So she's in the background. She's a little blurry, but he's our main focus at the moment. And we'll put a speech bubble in there saying probably, you know, we got to change out the engines, explaining what's kind of going on. So now we got to figure out how we're going to build the ramps to make it look like it should. And I've got these little pieces stuck together pretty darn good. So this might be a challenge. Maybe I just don't use that one. Oh, the dickens. There we go. Alright. So I've got the ramp. You can hear I'm clicking pieces together here. Alright, so the idea is just kind of putting this together so it looks like it'll go up. And then we can get him to drive up. That actually works really good, having this little ledge here so I can have the wheels sit there like he's in mid-drive. I'll pull this out of the way. And then we'll kind of do a Kelvin with him. So trying to make sure I don't get the plate in the background that's not colored. And we'll get the picture here. So the idea is we'll get him up here. Get this dropped down. I don't know how I'm going to get him in there. He's kind of stuck. Sugars. Let's see. We'll get this worked out here. I'm just trying to figure this out. Good news is I have some extra parts sitting around, so maybe I can use one of the extra parts to maybe clip in and get them to stay where I want them to stay. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see what we can do here. Alright. So I put a piece back here, so hopefully, as I knock our engine off, so hopefully I can make it look like he's up there a little bit more. And then we'll angle that a little bit. Alright, so we're going to make this kind of the old Looney Tunes in a way. So he's going to pull this off of here. We'll have him kind of saying careful. And then we're going to have him bring it down. So we'll have to figure out how we're going to get him to bring this down without tipping everything over. We have our clear piece here. So if I can set that back here, have this sitting there, and maybe still have him with his forks underneath, that'd be great. So it looks like he's doing it. The whole thing is, as long as we have the power of imagination, we can make it look good. I hope. And this does not want to hold, so I will have to figure something else out. Alright, so we're going to do a quick build on this. I'm going to put, alright, so I put a round piece, and this is just a 3x3 that I've been keeping nearby because I actually have this on the Star Wars freighter transport that I've been using on some of our characters, and this is not going to sit right. I think that's a little too much, or a little too, maybe if I back that up, maybe I'm going the wrong direction. Trying to think through this real quick while I'm doing this. So do I have it in the right direction, or I have too much weight in the front? So I have to figure out how I'm going to balance this out. I don't know if I can just stick it on there and have this sit in here. Nope. Nope, doesn't want to sit that way either. This makes things a little challenging. Alright, well, we'll stack these up, put those down. I'm not fastening those as high as I did before. Alright, so we have them here. I'm going to get my phone, and if I angle this good, maybe they won't see it. Alright. Yeah, it's not as visible here, so I'm going to take another picture. Now you can't see my camera. Alright, so we got another picture with him there. And now we're going to do a little Looney Tunes kind of deal here. My thought is, I want this to kind of like it just hit back and kind of like a rocket, and it just takes off. So now I got to figure out how I'm going to work that. We'll get it. I'm just trying to figure out exactly how I'm going to work it. So we can use this on there. So as he brings it, and then it starts shooting off. And the poor lady over here, I think I'm going to have her dive for cover as it shoots off. And I want her arm to be up like she's afraid this rocket's going to try and hit her. And let's see. Angle that just a little bit so that way I don't have the other plate, so I don't have to edit it so much. And then we'll just have it off in the distance. Like that. And then I think what we'll do is we'll center on our main character's face again. And he does have a kind of a surprised look. If I can turn his head, I think that might work a little bit better instead of him turning this here. Okay. And we'll take one last picture, and at this point we'll say something about like I hope I don't get in trouble, or I hope I don't have to pay for this or something. I think if I put I hope I don't have to pay for it, I think that might be a little funnier. We'll see how this goes. Alright, so we'll get this edited up, and we'll get this onto the end. This will be our space comic for the week. With that being said, thank you for visiting. I hope you have a wonderful day, and keep bricking.